1, Numbers 36. We're going to start at verse 1.
And the chief fathers of the families of the children of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, of the families of the sons of Joseph, came near and spake before Moses and before the princes, the chief fathers of the children of Israel. And they said, Yahweh commanded my Lord to give the land for an inheritance by lot to the children of Israel. And my Lord was commanded by Yahweh to give the inheritance of Zelophehad, our brother, unto his daughters.
All right. So we're going to go to where this account happened. If you didn't read chapters before and everything, or certain chapters, you're going to miss out on this account. Right. So the chief families came together and they said, Yahweh commanded my Lord to give the land for an inheritance by a lot of the children of Israel. And my Lord was commanded by Yahweh to give an inheritance to Zelophehad, our brother, unto his daughters. Okay? This is something that comes up. A lot of people they'll grab this because this is where the Most High commanded that they get their father's inheritance. It will always drop down to the sons and everything. But this father didn't have no sons. So now, we're at a standstill. So now it goes to what, like, well, you got daughters, we shouldn't lose the inheritance. So this was something that was a big matter that the law wasn't clear with how to handle it. So Moses actually goes and seek the Most High regarding it. So let me see if we want to do a little more on this one. Uh, let's do the next two. Told you I love this saying, saying long after at all. Let's do the next two, and we'll see what we get from there. We'll go back after that. 3 and 4.
And if they be married to any of the sons of the tribes of the children of Israel, then shall their inheritance be taken from the inheritance of our fathers, and shall be put to the inheritance of the tribe whereunto they are received. So shall it be taken from the lot of our inheritance.
Okay. And then read verse 4. Yeah, read verse 4 as well.
And when the jubilee of the children of Israel shall be, then shall their inheritance be put unto the inheritance of the tribe whereunto they are received. So shall their inheritance be taken away from the inheritance of the tribe of our fathers.
So we did address this a few chapters ago when it came about, and I kind of went to this one, so now we're here. So the big problem is the Most High. We got into the land, right? We see it in the land. And remember, he broke up the land into what? We got tribes in every spot. The only one that kind of don't have it is Levi. Remember, they're kind of split and scattered amongst them. And then we have the request for people that want to be outside of the land. But the land is split up by inheritance by your father. All right. The father's going to starting off with the patriarchs, right? Reuben, Simeon, Levi, that. All right. So everyone is broken into those brothers, and then of course within that tribe, you have what? Offspring. So they have to split it up, even divide it amongst them. So we have this father, he got inheritance, and now he has a daughter, right? No sons, got the daughters. Should he just lose an inheritance? Should the daughters get something? That was the matter, right? Let's go to Numbers. What is it? 26? It's in Numbers 26. Numbers 26, Numbers chapter 26. Let me make sure that's the right chapter. All right, actually starts in 27. But I'll just show you the dividing of it. And this is why I say sometimes when we go through some of these, it's not say out of order, but sometimes they'll be talking about this, and sometimes like another chapter goes somewhere else, and then now it's coming back to this. So you will have those things in its chapters. But it's good to read on with certain things as well. So Numbers 26, let's just go to 52 real quick. All right, so he's just dividing it, and he's dividing among all the brothers. We went through these details. We're not going through all these names again. We're gonna save Brother Kai. All right. He already had nightmares with these names already, so we ain't doing that. Let's do just give me 52 to 55.
52. What is it?
Num
Numbers.
Numbers 26, I'm sorry. Numbers
No,
26.
Numbers 26. And what you said, 52?
Yes. Start at 52.
Okay. And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, unto these the land shall be divided for an inheritance according to the number of names. Too many thou shalt give the more inheritance, and too few thou shalt give the less inheritance. To everyone shall his inheritance be given according to those that were numbered of him. Notwithstanding, in the land shall be divided by lot, according to the names of the tribes of their fathers they shall inherit. According to the lot shall the possession thereof be divided between many and few.
Right. So every tribe has their plot of land, and then within that land, right, they'll have to divide it amongst everybody that's in that tribe, and they try to do it evenly. All right. So it ain't one person having half the land and then 50 other people trying to split it ain't that. Okay. So he's divided by inheritance. So it is by lot. Go to now chapter 27. Let's go to the next chapter. And you will see what they're dealing with in the chapter that we're at now, right? So now we're looking at the matter, how it came about. So Numbers chapter 27, Numbers chapter 27, you will see some people use this as never mind, I'm not even going to go. All right. Some people use this story and they don't understand it. And they try to make a point with it, dealing with women and men stuff. And when you can understand it, it kind of backfires. So it's always good to understand points and stories and reading it thorough to understand what Most High was doing. All right. So let's go to Numbers 27. We're going to start at verse 1.
Then came the daughters of Zelophehad, the son of Hepher, the son of Gilead, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh, of the families of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, and these are the names of his daughters: Mahlah, Noah, and Hoglah, and Micah, and Torzah.
Mhm. So we see from Zelophehad or Zelophehad. Well, depending on what church you go, you can hear some of these names differently. All right. I always heard it as a Lafayette, so that's always stuck in my head. But you see, he comes from the family of Manasseh, the son of Joseph. All right. So Joseph, memories 112, you get that block of land. All right. So he's part of that Joseph landlock. All right. Now let's keep going. Verse 2.
And they stood before Moses and before Eleazar the priest and before the princes of all the congregation by the door of the tabernacle of the congregation, saying, our father died in the wilderness, and he was not in the company of them that gathered themselves together against Yahweh in the company of Korah, but died in his own sin and had no sons.
And remember, a lot of people died when what? They rebelled and murmured and went against Korah. All right. So I'm sorry, they was with the company of Korah, the ones that rebelled. So they're pleading like, listen, our father wasn't part of that rebellion. He shouldn't lose his inheritance just because you know what I mean. He wasn't part of that. So they're making a good case. Inheritance is supposed to go to him, and now we lose it all because of nothing. Like if he did a rebellion, like part of that rebellion stuff, I will understand it. That would be maybe just they lost inheritance. But he just died of his own sin, basically, naturally. So this is the point that they're bringing up. All right, this is the concern they're bringing up. My father, we shouldn't just lose our inheritance when he didn't do nothing wrong. Okay, it's a good point. It's a great point they're making. Verse 3.
Our father died in the wilderness, and he was not in the company of them that gathered themselves together against Yahweh in the company of Korah, but died in his own sin and had no sons.
Mhm.
Why should the name of our father be done away from among his family, because he have no son? Give unto us therefore a possession among the brethren of our father.
All right, so they're like he should get something passed down. He didn't do no rebellion. He didn't do no wicked stuff that he should have lost it. All right, and he should have a possession. And he shall have a possession among the what? The brethren. We should be able to inherit the possession of what? Our forefather Joseph. All right, specifically the one that was dealt to him. Once again, they're making a valid point. Read.
And Moses brought their cause before Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
And Yahweh spake unto Moses, saying, The daughters of Zelophehad have spoke right. Thou shalt surely give them a possession of inheritance among their father's brethren, and thou shalt cause the inheritance of their father to pass unto them. And thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, If a man die and have no son, then ye shall cause his inheritance to pass unto his daughter.
So now we see what? Something be put in place. All right. Some matters, beloved, when it comes up, because it don't just every single thing. So when something comes up and it's not clear to law, we're supposed to seek the most high and come to some, kind of arrangement. But this is between hard matters, not something that's in the law and you just don't want to do it. Right. It was nothing that go to detail. But what about they don't have no sons? And where the heck going to? So he's like, that's a reasonable thing. And Moses understood that. Okay, this is good. This is a good point. They weren't trying to be wicked or anything like that. They're making a good, valid point. Moses like, I don't have the answer. Let me go to Most High to see how you want to deal with this. Okay, so now Most High make the point. Nope, they are correct, and this is how you're going to go about it. Anybody, this goes across the board. Anybody that don't have a son and just have daughter, the inheritance going to go to them. Okay, a lot of times this is where people just shut the book up and make their point. All right, but let's keep going.
And if he have no daughter, then he shall give his inheritance unto his brethren. And if he have no brethren, then shall ye give his inheritance unto his father's brethren. And if his father have no brethren, then he shall give his inheritance unto his kinsman that is next to him of his family, and he shall possess it. And it shall be unto the children of Israel a statute of judgment, as Yahweh commanded Moses.
All right. So basically saying it should go to the closest kin next to them. All right. Don't have the son, give it to the daughter. Don't have a daughter, give it to the cousin, the uncle, right? It goes in that order. It's just getting to making sure what? It's staying in that family. They're all, remember, everybody is not doing that. Now it's going to that land. That land belongs to the descendants of Joseph. So that's why I was trying to say you're going to keep going. It should never skip out of Joseph to somebody else. No, it should stay with Joseph. So you just got to keep track of who's the closest of kin, and that's who will inherit that. But it's blocking it so it will never go outside unless the whole tribe was wiped out, right? Now, every single one, then it'll have to be something that the most I would have came up with. But right there, the whole tribe is not going to be wiped out. So that's where he's saying it's going to stay within that tribe. All right, just the closest of kin. Just keep going to the closest of kin whenever one is not in that position. How the order is supposed to go. Let's keep going.
And Yahweh said unto Moses, Get thee up into this Mount Abram, and see the land which I have given unto the children of Israel. And when thou hast seen it, thou also shalt be gathered unto thy people as Aaron and thy brother was gathered.
All right, we going into something else. It's all right. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that handled it. So that's how they will inherit the land. That is true. Let's go back to Numbers 36. Now, they made a great point with that. Okay, so that's how the inheritance of Zelophehad goes to his daughter. That's how it went. Right. So, and if they be married, now listen to the concern because who brought this point up? The chief fathers of the families of the children of Gilead, the son of. So they're bringing this up to say what? And if they be married to if they be married to any of the sons of the other tribes of the children of Israel, okay? If they get married to somebody from another tribe, then shall their inheritance be taken from the inheritance of our father, and shall be put to the inheritance of the tribe whereunto they are received. So shall it be taken from the lot of our inheritance. So a lot of times you'll get one priest that's try to go to this. Oh, well, it's like that. But when the man don't get right, they go to the woman and she get. They didn't keep reading. Now they get the possession, like right, the Lafayette daughters, they get the possession. But guess what? They get married. Guess who takes the possession? Who's going to own that possession? Hmm. Because guess what? She get married. He, let's say, let me make it plain. They're from Joseph, right? Let's say they fall in love with somebody from Judah, and then they get married. Then they have a child. What tribe is that child from? Let's say they got a boy. What tribe is that boy now? That's bad. That's a bad example. I shouldn't have said Judah since this is the one. No, 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 that's fine. Because it's Joseph. I'm sorry. Joseph. And they're Joseph. They get married to a man from Judah, and now they have a son. What's the son? What tribe is the son now? You gotta put it together if you're gonna understand this. If a woman from the tribe of Joseph marry a man from the tribe of Judah, and they have a son. What tribe is the son? Hmm. All right, all right. What you got, Sister Zoe?
Half Judah and half the other one.
It's a good guess. Now, when it comes to like the DNA and the biological, yes, it could be a mixture of. I will say that, right? But we need a tribe to put that under. Okay. And this is what we talk about. This is what we talk about the seed line. People try to throw away, right? That seed is what? Judah. So that son will be there. And this is what they're showing you, and they're trying to bring you concern. They get married. Now, guess what? That can belong to Judah. Now Judah got a part of our inheritance. This land is for Joseph right here. But now, if the inherit, there's no sons, and then the daughter inherited, and they marry somebody outside the tribe. Now, guess what? They can have a piece of our inheritance, our father's inheritance, and that don't seem fair. And if you understand it, now they start wiping people out, and it's just the daughters, and the daughters start marrying people from other tribes. Somebody can lose their whole inheritance, their whole land. That's dramatic, but I'm just letting you know that's how it goes. So now you'll have a part, people from Reuben, they might have this plot in Gad's land, and Gad is who they married, so that's what he's saying. It's going to be what? We're going to lose our inheritance. That land that land was promised to our forefather. It's supposed to be Joseph owned throughout the whole thing. Okay. So they're making a great point. All right. So you're like, they're going to take our inheritance. Now, verse 4, this is the next point. And when the Jubilee of the children of Israel shall be, then shall their inheritance be put unto the inheritance of the tribe whereunto they are received. So shall the inheritance be taken away from the inheritance of the tribe of our fathers. So that's how we're going to lose the inheritance that was given to us. And they're talking specifically the land. This is right now Joseph. Lafayette came from Joseph. So they're saying they married them daughters, marry somebody outside that land. They get it, then year Jubilee, and they can now possess it. Okay, so they're like, we don't want to lose our land, our inheritance. Great point. Let's keep going. Verse 5.
Moses commanded the children of Israel according to the word of Yahweh, saying, the tribe of the sons of Joseph have said, well,
He made a point too. And this is, listen, look, it's not a sexist thing, right? When he heard Zelophehad's daughters make that point, what did Moses say? That's a good point. Now, when they making a point, he's like, that's a good point. Okay. And you need to have the leaders, right? They need to be somebody that can make logical sense. Okay. This is where the Most High, he's putting leaders and things like that. They have to, first of all, make sure they're doing it in righteousness. And when there's true righteousness, it shouldn't be no sexisms and all that favoritism and all these isms and stuff like that. No, it's supposed to be pure righteousness and holy judgment. Okay. So they are coming, they making this saying, man, they said something well. That is true. That is true. And you can see the danger in that. And this is why laws and judgment stuff are in place, beloved, because it's preventing a lot of dangers and evils and stuff to happen. Because even though some of the they might have married somebody good heart, all that kind of stuff, but we know there's gonna be some wicked people that be plotting and thinking about that. Man, we got all these brothers. Or my older brother is going to inherit, the land from my father. But guess what? There'll be somebody trying to get married to one of the daughters for what? For their land, right? Don't think I hope we don't think just women try to marry into something rich so they can be taken care of. No, them brothers be like, oh, shoot, I see that land over there. I can have this can be mine. I can pass it down to my kids and all that stuff. They'll be trying to smooth talk some of these daughters right into that inheritance and taking it right from them. And this is why laws and judgments need to be in place, for preventative measures. Okay. Brother Kai, where would he off at?
Verse
All right,
6.
talk myself away. All right, verse 6.
This is the thing which Yahweh doth command concerning the daughters of Zelophehad, saying, let them marry to whom they think best. Only to the family of the tribe of their father shall they marry.
Hmm?
So shall not the inheritance of the children of Israel remove from the tribe to tribe. For every one of the children of Israel shall keep himself to the inheritance of the tribe of his fathers.
You see now how it don't make sense with certain arguments people make because he said the Lord is saying you gotta, yeah, you get the inheritance, but guess what? You gotta marry somebody within the tribe. So guess what? It stays right in that family line. Okay. And it's about, that seed line inheritance because it's staying in that's what keeps it in that family, beloved. All right. Seed line what traces it back. All right. So this was the remedy for that issue. Okay, they can inherit it, but they got to marry somebody in the tribe of what? Joseph or their forefathers. Let's keep going.
And every daughter that possesseth an inheritance in any tribe of the children of Israel shall be wife unto one of the family of the tribe of her father, that the children of Israel may enjoy every man the inheritance of his fathers.
So this is going to be the new law, and this is so it keeps the peace and everybody what? Enjoy the inheritance. Because that was by what? That was a promise, beloved. You see, God's he ain't breaking and all that kind of stuff. No, it was a promise that y'all will get this land and y'all can divide and all that kind of stuff. So he's making sure that all stays intact. Let's keep going.
Neither shall the inheritance remove from one tribe to another tribe, but every one of the tribes of the children of Israel shall keep himself to his own inheritance.
Everybody stay their own tribe. The inheritance stay in place.
Even as Yahweh commanded Moses, so did the daughters of Zelophehad from Malah, Tirzah, and Hoglah, and Milcah, and Noah, the daughters of Zelophehad, were married unto their father's brothers' sons.
Right. So yes, beloved, that would be their cousins. All right. That's what it is. All right. So they're married into their father's brother's son. So they what? They did according to how the law was. That's how they can keep the inheritance. Okay. But it stayed with the what? That tribe. Finish it up.
And they were married into the families of the sons of Manasseh, the son of Joseph, and their inheritance remained in the tribe of their family of their father. These are the commandments and the judgments which Yahweh commanded by the hand of Moses unto the children of Israel in the plains of Moab by Jordan near Jericho.
So that was the judgment on that matter. Now, if the daughters wanted to marry outside the tribe, I'm pretty sure the what? They'll just lose that inheritance. They'll just go wherever they probably married. Right. So, but that was the deal when it comes to it. So we'll still stay right in line with what the promise was. Let's go to another point. But that's pretty much it that matter. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 17 of even how they handled it. Because when they had that matter, right? These sisters didn't go and cause havoc in the church, talking bad about this. Is they being they didn't do that, beloved. All right, let's see. They handle it according to the law. All right, and that's probably why the Most High even entertained and took to them. Okay, they weren't going acting on rowdy and beloved. Doing something right, you can have peace. You got peace when you're doing it right, beloved. Okay, we just got to make sure we are doing it right and taking the proper necessary steps according to the scriptures. Let's go to Deuteronomy 17 and let's read verse 8. This is Deuteronomy 17, and we're going to read verse 8.
If there arise a matter too hard for thee in judgment, between blood and blood, between plea and plea, between stroke and stroke, being matters of controversy within thy gates, then shalt thou arise, and get thee up into the place which Yahweh thy God shall choose.
So listen, if a matter arise that's too hard for thee in judgment. So, beloved, there are certain matters where the law maybe is not spelt out or clear exactly what to do. What are we supposed to do? Let's go to verse 9. It says you got to get up, go into the place which God should choose. Read verse 9.
And thou shalt come unto the priests, the Levites, and unto the judge that shall be in those days, and inquire, and they shall shew thee sentence of judgment.
All right. So the priests of the Levites, we can say we don't know priests of the Levites, right? Or somebody might argue, we don't know that. You're not in that. But what's the next part? And unto the judge that shall be in those days. All right. It's dealing with the leadership. And you're going to what? You should inquire. You're going to inquire and ask them. And they shall show thee the sentence of judgment. So our leadership is very important, beloved. There's some people, well, I feel like my leader's sexist. I feel like my leader ain't right. I feel like he got family, salvation. Then you need to get under that, get out of that congregation, because that ain't proper leadership. That's not walking in righteousness and judgment. All right. If you see that prior to, don't wait till now matter coming now. Well, I don't feel no. If you see that, you might need to remove yourself. No, not might too. You need to remove yourself from that. And you find that leadership that you know is doing things according to the scripture, doing righteous judgment. So when you bring that matter, you can go with a shorty that I know this brother's just not saying whatever, or he's going to move to right. He's going to do what thus saith the Lord. He's going to inquire the Lord on the matter. All right. And when you do it like that, this is not just for sisters. I'm just using the connected brothers as well, right? You go through those proper channels. This is where the Most High can have mercy. And even if the brother, let's say that leader is righteous, he still can make a mistake even in judgment. However, there will be mercy on you because what? You did it the proper way. You did it how the Most High directed you to do it. That's where mercy is. Mercy is not I make a mess and I'm asking God to go and try to fix. No, you do it the proper way. And that's what these sisters do. They went. It was a matter that was hard in judgment because judgment not clear on it. That's why Moses was like, I don't know what to do with that. I don't know. But they went to the leader in those days, and he shall show thee the sentence of judgment. Verse 10.
And thou shalt do according to the sentence which they of that place, which Yahweh shall choose, shall shew thee, and thou shalt observe to do according to all that they inform thee.
And that's what they should do. They will bring judgment, man, beloved. Remember, that's why I say don't go to unjust judge. We had judges within our realm. Okay. So this is how we will deal with it. This is how we dealt with our matters. If it's too hard, difficult, you'll bring it right to them. Okay. And let's see what the Most High gives, because the Most High is telling you to do this. All right. So this is that. Go ahead, brother.
According to the sentence of the law which they shall teach thee, and according to the judgment which they shall tell thee, thou shalt do. Thou shalt not decline from the sentence which they shall shew thee to the right hand nor to the left.
So he's saying what they tell you, what they give you in that judgment, you have to adhere to that. All right. It holds that weight. Because now, guess what? What does it do, beloved? You're not fighting against them. You fighting against what? God, because God gave this order and this sentence to do it this way. He could have said, you know what? You just come to me and I'll just tell you. He was giving order and showing them order. So he's saying, we go to that leader, and now he gives that sentence. That's what it is. Don't deviate to the right. Don't deviate to the left. Because this is one part. You might go to them, and then what? He don't tell me the thing I wanted to hear. Or that ain't how I want to handle it. So I'm going to do my, as soon as you do that, now you're on your own. The covering, leader, you had a covering with the leader because you was doing it according to the scripture. But now when you go and say, well, I heard it, but I'm going to do it this way, now that's where it's getting you. Okay? He said, don't go to the right or to the left. That means do it straight, exactly how he said. Now read verse 12.
And the man that would do presumptuously and will not hearken unto the priests that stand up to minister there before Yahweh thy God, or unto the judge. Even that man shall die, and thou shalt put away the evil from Israel.
Wait up, Brother Kai. This says this was a matter that was hard, and we're not sure. And now they get to make a judgment on that.
Yes, sir.
That thing that they don't have a verse attached to it. They got to make a judgment on that. But if you deny that judgment, it says you should do what? Even that man shall die. Oh no, man, tell me what do Israel's God. This is what God is saying. That's why I say it's very important. People, when they find a leadership, is very important. And you have to be invested to make sure you don't got no nutcase that you will have over you. But in righteousness, if you're a righteous leader, this is the kind of stuff. And you'll see certain punishment can happen. You want to neglect, well, he's righteous totally, but I don't like this thing, so I'm going to go and do this like my way. That's where what? You can take that covering, that spiritual covering. You didn't want it because you don't. Now you can take that spiritual covering, and now you're vulnerable. And you know the thing I'm talking vulnerable. You vulnerable under Satan now because you went off of that covering, right? And thou shalt put away evil from Israel. Read verse 13.
And all the people shall hear and fear and do no more presumptuously.
And now it looks like now this will put the fear on all the people. Because you see one doing it, guess what? What we do, Israel, we all open the door for that. So this is something I'm showing, beloved. All right. This is why we talk about being spirit-led. Men, the least got to be spirit-led. Because once again, beloved, everything is not always spelled out. So that's where the men, we got to stay in that mode, and not just putting leaders, especially leaders, but all of us have to stay in that what? Spirit-led mode. Where God will direct that being in that righteousness and staying in that state, he will direct that leader on what the judgment should be. And like I said, there's mercy in it because you did what you're supposed to do. And even if that righteous leader off, there's mercy in those things. And I know some leaders that do good-hearted, could definitely be righteous and everything, and they can make a judgment like, that probably wasn't the best call. They could have. They could have maybe leaned to understanding with something, right? But that person, all right, you never regret if you did the right avenues, beloved. All right, you hear it all the time. Don't, if you did it the right way, have peace in doing it the right way. You can always say, Lord, I did it your way, and this is what this is what your teacher or judge did, right? That's fair. We won't throw the accusation to the Lord like that. I'm speaking as a fool, but that's where it can be mercy. But he will say he's a just God, right? That's fair. You did do it how I told you to do it. Okay, so once again, just wanted to show that because these sisters, giving shout outs to those sisters because they could have handled a wrong way. They could have made a mess of it, caused a lot of drama. They did it the right way. You see how easy it was. Since they went right to the leader, now he can address it. He made this law to everybody, and now it's clean. Cuts the murmuring, cut all the problems out, cuts all that stuff out because they did it the right way. Okay, and this is where I always want to encourage us, make sure we're doing it the right way, beloved. It all matters. All right. So that concludes the chapter. All right. That concludes the chapter. Let's do something fun real quick. So, beloved, something did come up. I'm not gonna address it today. But this was language wise, but sometimes you definitely if not new to if you've been new to us, now you'll hear like some of the Hebrew stuff and prior to, sometimes we don't. So I want to make sure, and I'll probably maybe announce it, might announce tomorrow, depends. But I never want somebody to feel discouraged because I don't know the language or I don't say the name right. Don't get caught up. I don't want y'all getting discouraged or anything like that, beloved. All right? Don't say, I can't ask that question because I only know Jesus' name through Jesus. I don't know it through what they be saying. Don't ever have that kind of hesitation, beloved. Okay? We're using some of these things. We diving into certain things. And we want to, when we talk about recapturing, right, the culture and things of that nature, language is part of people's culture. Okay? Even if we're not 1,000% right on how we saying everything or pronouncing things, beloved, all right? We're striving to retain some of the things that we have gotten and received of our forefathers and things of that nature. All right, but I don't want nobody to feel discouraged or anything like that. But I'm just using one because a lot of us come on, and I hear almost everybody say it, right? At least shalom, you hear shalom, you hear shalom, you'll hear different things. Okay. So shalom would be, anybody know what shalom mean? Y'all use it, so what does shalom mean? Anybody know? Or what you heard it to mean?
It's a greeting, peace, or blessing.
All right. All praise. Okay, yes. I see some people. All right, yes. All right, so this piece, nothing wrong. Let's look it up. Okay. Because this part, let's look. All right. So let's look at peace. Peace. And you see that word, right? So they see shalom, or how they show the pronunciation shalom. All right. So that's all it is. And that's how they would say it. Shalom. And they give you certain descriptions, but we see 175 times it is peace. All right. That's what it's used for. So you can hear shalom. All right. Hear people say shalom. We ain't arguing, breaking nobody. We don't yell at nobody. Why you use the shalom? So shalom is peace. Okay. Now, if you want to dive into a certain depth of it, Kai, give the one that you say.
Shalom.
Well, the other one, I'm sorry, the shorter version, like shalom.
Shalom.
Shalom. All right. So shalom is like, that sounds like shalom, but it's that second part. Got the shah. Both of them got shah, but by saying lom, we want to say shalom. Okay. Now this is diving into deeper things. Okay. Once again, this is just bonus knowledge with certain things, beloved. So when you look at this, right, this is how the Hebrew look, but we'll say modern Hebrew. And the reason why we're saying modern Hebrew. The original Hebrew doesn't have, I don't know if y'all can see it. Y'all see these little dots and stuff? That teaches you certain sounds of how to say certain things. The original don't have these dots. Okay. Is this called a Naku? Oh man, I didn't look at this in a while. They call vowel points, like vowel points and everything. So this is how they know, okay, when you see the dot here, it's la, it's ah sound. If it's here, it's an o sound. So they'll tell you how to say it. They'll teach you how to pronounce it. But in the original, there is no vowel points. Okay. So it must have been a thing where they can read something and they will know what to insert in there. Okay. For us in English, it's like having a word that has no vowels. Right? And like, you having 4 or 5 letters and then no vowels, you wouldn't know how to say it, right? If you just look at it like that with our understanding. When you put the vowels there, now we know how to particularly pronunciate it. All right. So they inserted vowel points. That's not how the original was. Okay. So when you go to more of the original language, it's believe that what? A's were the vowels that go with each one. And you can look at this, it's not just the Hebrew, even some of the languages that's connected with Hebrew, they'll go with that. So it'll be like ha, la, ta, pa, ta, da. It's like that. That's how their kind of alphabet is. So there's no O sound. So we get the shalom, there's no O. So that's why I just say shalom. When you go in more what? To the ancient or what they call paleo. All right. So shalom will be the modern, shalom will be more of the paleo version of saying it, or the older version of saying that. Am I saying that right, Brother Kai? Yeah, okay. So you hear people say shalom, we just know you got the modern Hebrew. We're not going crazy on it, right? You say shalom, that's more to what? The ancient, because it's what? They just have the A's, so that put in there like that. So you'll hear like something like shalom, same thing, is just different version. You ain't going to get it from peace. Look up, you have to go to more like Solomon. I think this is right. Okay. Let me see. And I am not no Brett. I am nothing like that. So I just got little stuff, but we got the video up of the one brother that really breaks down, definitely with the name. I can't half do it like that. So I had to study that as well. But that's the thorough one. I did put it online as well. So what you see with Solomon, all right, peace. Right? So I'm gonna mean peace. So remember, if you don't have remember, there's no O's, all that stuff. I think only vowels like I, but there's something for that. So it'll be what? It's like shalom, salaman, shalom. See how it sounds same? Okay.
Yes.
Now, when you go, I should have probably went to the other one. I think it's an actual piece.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll mute you out. So peaceable, same thing. All right. It's dealing with peace. That's it. Okay. That's just a little fun one for today. I'll keep it like that for today. Okay? So just so we know. All right. So once again, us, we don't get rowdy on it. Okay. There's some people that will get rowdy and may snap on you, definitely some of our brothers. Why don't say, the shalom, that's the white man stuff. They're using the modern. We know where it comes from. We're not gonna get all crazy. All right. I like the shalom one. I that's just I like that one. All right. Some people say shalom. So either way, beloved, when it comes to language and stuff, it's so the other person can hear it and understand it. Okay. So that was it. Okay, we're gonna close it out. We're gonna close it out. If you got questions or anything on it, we'll talk about it after we close out recording. All right. So with that, those that's watching online, as always, we say shalom, 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 which means peace. All right, and ayana habatham, which means love you all. All right. So to our online family, shalom.